nearly 2 months, 4-year-old Mila Sneddon, she was only able to see her daddy, Scott, through a glass window after he moved out of the family home to protect her from infection with the coronavirus while she underwent chemotherapy.
Well, 7 weeks they were kept apart, and these videos obviously warmed all our hearts, broke all our hearts, really, because it's such a agonising thing to have to watch a father unable to hug his daughter. And then after 7 weeks, they finally got reunited. You can see what it meant to Mila to be back with her daddy in his arms again.
And Mila joins us now with her daddy, Scott, and mum, Linda, and sister, Jodie. Oh, Mila,
Hi,
good
Mila.
morning. What is it like? What is it like having daddy back after all this time?
Good.
Good. Can you tell us, Mila, because you were separated for a long time, weren't you? What was that like, not to be able to hug daddy?
I feel a little bit bad, but good.
You felt a little bit bad, I bet, and I bet you realised that it was for a good reason, didn't you?
Yeah.
And Mila, that moment that you were able to hug your dad again, what did that moment feel like?
It felt like a bear hug.
Mila, you saw Daddy through the glass window, didn't you? And what did you think? Did you know that he was going to come into the kitchen?
Yeah.
Oh, and that must have been such a special moment, particularly for you, Scott. You haven't been able to be with your daughter or your family for, you know, pretty much the whole of lockdown. What was your fear if you stayed in the family home?
Well, I was scared that obviously I caught the coronavirus and then would bring it into Mila, whose immune system was compromised. So we actually made the decision before the government lockdown. It was about a week before it. I decided to move out the house. Initially, it was to carry on working.
And let me ask you, Scott, I mean, to be separated, I've got 4 kids, and if one of them was in Mila's situation like that, to have 7 weeks without being able to give them a hug and reassure them and console them would have been absolutely agonising. What was it like for you?
Yeah, it was very difficult. I just had to keep telling myself that I was doing the right thing and I was doing it for her safety. And that's what kind of kept me going through it.
And Scott, you're a service engineer, and as you say, originally you'd planned to keep working, but then something changed, didn't it? You were furloughed. And at that point, you must have thought, well, there's a silver lining here, because then I can go back and see my family and hug my daughter.
Exactly. Yeah. It was slightly different for that anyway. Once we got furloughed, I still planned to stay away for a short time. I was getting groceries and that for a few different families. I was getting groceries for Linda's gran and papa, my own mum and dad who are isolating, and obviously Linda and Mila. But then Linda unfortunately lost her gran, her dad's mum, and because her mum and dad had visited her in hospital, we were advised to go into isolation for 2 weeks. So it was at that point that I then decided, because I was isolating with Linda's mother and father, that I would come home after the isolation period.
And Linda, what's it been like for you? You were the other side of the window, obviously, but heartbreaking situation for all of you.
Yeah, it would be really
It's difficult. I think, you know, being a parent to a child with additional health needs is difficult anyway. We're incredibly lucky and fortunate to have a supportive family and a wider supportive network. Things like taking Mila to hospital on my own and knowing that Scott was missing out on providing that care was certainly emotionally challenging for myself. But, you know, again, we're able to chat like we're doing now, video call and stuff like that as well.
Well, it's fantastic to see Mila looking so well, so happy, so noisy.
Lots
Mila,
of love to you, Mila.